It's time to give Otto the shaft. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Second Chance Overland. We definitely put Otto here through its paces at the Trail Recon Summit doing the Extreme Challenge. So it's time for some upgrades. Didn't break anything, luckily, but I know it's on borrowed time. So we're gonna go ahead and start some upgrades here, starting with a set of chromoly axle shafts for the rear. Like I said, I haven't had any issues. So this is just kind of preventative, and then I'll be able to keep the stock ones that I take out as spares just in case. So these are the Dana Spicer complete, ready to go axle shafts, chromoly axle shafts. So they are actually fully assembled, ready to go. They've got the studs, the tone ring, the bearing, everything you need to just plug and play. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on pulling this thing apart and getting these new shafts installed. Now this should be a pretty straightforward install. We're gonna have to remove the caliper. There's the ABS sensor at the back we'll have to remove. We'll have to remove the rotor, and then there's 4 bolts that hold the axle in place on the housing. And then we should just be able to slide the old one right out. So we'll get started with the caliper here. It is an 18 millimeter for the bracket that holds it back here. Now some people will remove the caliper from the bracket. I'm just gonna remove the whole bracket. So we want to get the caliper out of the way so it's not hanging from the brake line. You don't want to stretch that out like that. So the next thing we're going to do is 8 millimeter. We're going to take off the ABS sensor wire. So that will just come out like that. The next thing, we got to remove this retaining bolt for the rotor. All right, so now it's 4 18 millimeter bolts at the back side. There's a bolt there, 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 and there. Or I should say nuts. So there's 4 nuts. Those hold the shaft in place. So let's get those pulled out. Now I have to admit, I expected this to come out a little bit easier, but it looks like we're gonna have to go to the slide hammer. There it is. So there's the old axle shaft out. The splines actually look pretty good on it. Not seeing any twisting or anything, so that's good. That's a good sign. So there is this little bearing race in here that we need to pull out. Okay, so we got the old shaft out and the new shaft ready to go in. All right, so let's get the new one in. Now we can start putting it all back together. So before I put the rotor back on, I'm going to clean it up a little bit, make it a little bit easier. Put our retaining screw back in. Our ABS sensor. And last but not least, we can put our caliper back on now. All right, and that's one side done. Now I just got to get the other side done and we'll be complete. All right, so we got both chromoly axle shafts installed in the rear axle on the JL, almost like Gladiator. It's the JL. Maybe we should do this to the Gladiator. Let me know in the comments below what you think. But anyways, not much to see, but you can see a nice shiny new end to the axle there. Got the other side done as well. So that's axle shafts complete. All I got to do now is put the wheels and tires on. I'm going to check the fluid level. Not that I lost any, but always good to check it. So I'm going to check that fluid level. We'll get the wheels and tires back on and then we'll take it for a test drive. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. Here's the other shaft. You can kind of see the splines there. They're looking pretty good too. So I'm not seeing any major twisting of the splines, which is a good sign, means we didn't beat it up too bad. So pretty happy with that. These will be good spare shafts to have on hand just in case we do ever break one, or if somebody else out on the trail breaks one, we'll have spares. So that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time on Second Chance Overland.